looking for a therapist, said no one ever. So today we're going to talk about the 4 best ways to find a therapist. Hi y'all, I'm Leslie Stevens. I post videos about counseling and mental health with the help of my future therapy dog, Rio. I'm going to rank these in the order of the least control that you get over who you pick to the most control. So that means who you get to talk to, who you click with, which is the most important part of counseling. The most important thing is if you feel like your therapist gets you and you get them. So let's get started. So the least amount of control, but probably the easiest, is just to talk to your insurance company. Not everybody wants to use their insurance for therapy, and we'll go into that in another video, the reasons that you might want to or you might not want to. But if you do, then all you have to do is call the number on the back of your card or go to the website and get a list of providers. Just like you would get a list of providers for your regular doctor or for your dentist or whatever. That is going to give you the least amount of control because basically they're just going to say, here's a list of names or here's our number 1 pick. There you go. Number 3 on the list of best ways to find a therapist is to go through a company, and there are several out there. I'm not familiar with all the companies that are out there. There are a few that I know their names, like Sondermind. Headway is the one that I use to deal with my insurances because I don't want that headache. Basically, these companies take what you're looking for in a therapist and try to match you up with therapists that they think would be a good fit. So the reason this is the 3rd most amount of control in the way to find a therapist is they're doing that work for you. Whereas if you're looking through a list of therapists, you can say, I do like that little thing or I don't like that little thing. You can just be a little pickier. And the way you do that brings me to number 2, and that is doing the research yourself. There are lots of different directories out there where therapists put their information on there and you can filter and search just like you would on Google, but it's just for therapists. I would say one of the most popular of all the directories is psychologytoday.com, and you can put in your zip code, you can put in, the type of therapy you want, you can put in your insurance, you can put in a lot of different filters and get it really narrowed down. And then they have, if you're just looking for teletherapy, you can do that too. Remember that your therapist, if you're doing teletherapy, can do therapy in your state. So wherever you live, they have a license, it's connected to that state. Some might have a license for several different states. I don't, so I don't know how that works, but just be mindful that you can't just pick anybody in the world and do teletherapy, even though that'd be really convenient and really nice. And the number 1 way to find a therapist, are we still awake? And the number 1 way to find a therapist is talk to the people who love you. That's right, ask the people who know you the best. They may know somebody whose personality would really match up with yours. So they're going to be like that database that's really personal to you. So if you have people in your life who know you really well and they've been seeing a therapist or they have in the past, ask them who they see. Ask them what they think of that person. See if that might be a good match for you. Thankfully, the stigma surrounding mental health is getting less and less every day. It's still there. There are still people who don't want to admit they're getting help, or they think there's something wrong with people who are getting help. But everybody needs help sometimes. So if you feel comfortable, definitely ask the people closest to you, especially if you know they already see a counselor. It may be somebody that you would match up really well with too. Under that same umbrella of phone a friend is talk to your doctor. If you have a good primary care doctor who knows you really well, then they may know somebody whose personality might match up with you and the way they think could really help you with the way you've been thinking. If you're in Texas and you'd like to have a free consultation with me to see if we would be a good match, then follow the link on my channel. And if you're a therapist and you want to try Headway, I'm going to put a link in the description below so that you can check that out as well. I almost forgot, if you like what you saw today, hit subscribe and come back next week. We're going to talk about the types of therapists that are out there. All right, bye y'all. Order of the most control over who you're going to talk to. Nope, I'm not. The most, I'm a licensed psychologytoday. I found to find. Ugh, you're getting tired of it too, aren't you? I just spit. I'm Got a dog tail in my face.
You're gonna be such a cute little therapy dog, you are. You're probably gonna be stubborn and not want to be a therapy dog, huh? Hello. Hello.